What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be recapping the trades for the day. You guys know the deal, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it rather than give you a whole spiel about some stuff that doesn't even really matter. So we're going to start here with UNIT. So I ended up trading the same stock that I was trading yesterday. Let me get some of these old things off here that we don't really need. Okay. So this one I took 3 trades on. Realistically, only wanted to take 2 trades. I accidentally fat fingered, you could say. Not really a fat finger, accidentally shorted when I didn't really want to short. So we'll cover it. So let me go ahead and put the trades on here real fast. Okay, so a couple trades. So first trade here was 1,000 shares, entered at 1281.49. I was really just going for a scalp trade, right? I seen this moving up, so I hopped in here at 1281 and was really just looking for like a quick pop and just a scalp trade towards the pre-market high, which you'll see was like right there at 1290. So I thought, I figured this early morning spike would probably spike up into the pre-market high where we then see a pullback, which we see quite often. So I'm like, okay. So I see the momentum coming in. So I hop in 1,000 shares at 1281.49, looking for a push up to like 1290, something like that. Just a quick $100 trade. We end up not getting it, of course. So I end up selling out at 1281.6, right? So basically nothing, like a scratch trade right there. Really nothing happened, okay? So then I'm watching it. I see it start to pull back. It bounces on the VWAP, hits the 9 moving average. I actually really wanted to buy this candle, but I was a little hesitant. So, I could have traded this better. I should have been really buying it on this dip and off the VWAP, but I was a little hesitant. So it was my real second trade on the day, really trying to hop in on a move. So I was a little hesitant here. So instead of getting in, around the 1270s area, 1270, 1280, I ended up getting in 4,000 shares at 1294, average price at 1294. So we're in long, like right here, 1294. Oop, let me go back over here. All right, and I'll put a red line to give you the exact entry. All right, so we got in long at 1294, which is right here. So that red line was where I entered 4,000 shares, pops up. So we're in at 1294, shoots up to 1312. I take off majority of the shares, so I sell 3,000 shares here. Then I sold another 500 shares here at 310. On the bottom of this candle, it must have been. Yeah, bottom of that candle, 310. Then sold another 1,500 shares at 312, right? Oh, you know what happened? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, this is where that's all wrong for a little bit. Let me rephrase that. So, because this is the one that I've messed up on, right? So I ended up getting 4,000 shares. I sold 3,000 shares here. Okay, and then I would have only had another 1,000 shares on the trade, right? So then I sold 500 shares, and then I only had 500 more shares on the trade, right? Okay, so this is really what happened. I had my order entry box like this, 1,500, when really I wanted it to be 500 so I could close out my last 500 shares here. So basically what happened is I longed 4,000 shares, took off 300, took off 500. I had one more, I had 500 shares to take off. I moved to a different screen that I had this stock on, in which the quantity box had 1,500. So when I went to hit sell, instead of selling the 500 shares I own, I sold the 500 shares I owned and then actually shorted 1,000 shares. And that's why I have this buy here of 1,000, because I got up here and actually sold 1,000 shares short and then had to cover because I didn't really want to do that. So I kind of goofed up here a little bit, but nonetheless, $598 profit on that trade, even with the goof. So it really was more like a $700 trade, but I messed up in that trade there. Then we had a trade, I think 2 trades on BABA today. 2 trades here with BABA, very fast, pretty small one. So did a 500 share long. We had this kind of wedge here. Did a 500 share long trade, pops up. I sold 400 shares, locked it in. Then we get this nasty bearish candle come back down. So I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I exit my last 100 shares here. So 500 long. So we end up getting in, 500 shares at 172.38, shoots up to 172.58. So 20 cents there, sold to 400 shares, a nice little trade. Holding 100 shares, this candle comes all the way, whipsaws back down. I'm negative on those 100 shares, so I sell those 100 shares out at, 172.02. And then I see this kind of channeling, and I'm like, you know what? I think this could squeeze again. So I hopped in 500 shares. We don't get the squeeze. It starts a rollover. So I get in at 172.27 and exit at 172.04. And you can see I end my day down 90 bucks, trade a total of 1,000 shares. So basically not much action here with BABA for me. Then we go over to cron. Cron was a really nice winner on the day. Well, I mean, I guess any win's a good win. So we see cron moving in the day. It's, starts here, nice move up, hits resistance, kind of, or whatever you want to call it, starts selling off, pulling back. And then, my computer's freezing, so annoying. So anyways, it pulls back. I see it hold the 20 moving average here, pushes up. I'm like, okay. And so then I see it hold the 20 moving average again. I'm like, okay, I like this. So I hop in 2,000 shares here on the dip, pops up, pulls back. Then we start running, and if you are a technical analysis master, you'll see this was basically a bullish pennant that got formed. Oop, if I could do this correctly. Jeez, Connor, you're just terrible at your job, bud. There you go. So we have this bullish pennant that's forming, and I buy in the dip here. First dip on the day, off the 20 moving average, hop in 2,000 shares, pops up to here, pulls back, we break out. We get up to high today, and it was kind of struggling. So I'm like, well, I can just lock in this 1,500, let 500 ride. So we were kind of struggling. So I sold the 1,500 shares. So we get in at 22.05. I sell the 1,500 shares at 22.17. Hold 500 shares and exit all 500 shares up here at the high. So end up dip buying at 22.05. The last exit was at 22.47, 22.39. So all in all, about a 40-cent trade, so not bad. We were able to get in on the dip before the bullish pennant breakout and hold to the secondary dip for the next move up. So nonetheless, this was basically a perfect trade. You really couldn't have got much better. First dip on the day on this bullish pennant, runs up, and you exit right here before it starts fading. That was basically a perfect trade on the day. So really, really happy about that. So your takeaway from this, guys, is if you ever see a stock running up on the day, don't get FOMO and try and hop in here or here. If you're going to hop in on the move up, you need to be scalp trading it, kind of like I was on the first trade of the day with UNIT. Like I hopped in anticipating a scalp move, and once I didn't get it, I got out right away. So if you were to do something like this where you're buying up as it's running, you need to be more on you need more on your toes, right? You get in, and if it's not feeling like you want it, you just get out right away. So if you ever get something like this where it runs up on the day, always wait for it to pull back and show you some type of consolidation before you really want to hammer in some shares. Because if I would have, hammered it in here, then I would have been negative. I probably would have done the typical buy high, sell low, and then it rips without you kind of situation that I did the other day, kind of. So you don't want to do that, right? So you always kind of want to wait for some consolidation or something. First dip on the day would be nice. So great trade there. We're ending the day up about 850 bucks or so. So again, another green day. Super happy about it. Consistency was really good. If we didn't have the fat finger, consistency would be, well, that was one trade. We had one trade there, two trades. So one loss, 2 wins, 3. So it'd be like a 3 out of a 2 day. So accuracy pretty good, like 60 or so percent. Other than that, guys, everybody have a great day. Thanks again for tuning in to this video, the trade recap. I hope that, helps you guys learn something along the way, and always make sure to stay tuned into any of our other videos. And we always do a pre-market live stream every single day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to review stocks. So if you have no clue what the hell it is that you're doing in this world, make sure you stop in on our pre-market watch list. Again, you're going to learn a lot, and it's a great place to be with a bunch of traders. So anyways, guys, take care. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.